years into the pandemic. I hope most of you understand English. Is there anybody who doesn't? Okay, thank you. So, 4 years into the pandemic, and the global community of well-funded medical researchers as well as the pharmaceutical scientists who have had real-time clinical information about COVID-19. And we expect them to have a wealth of remedies for COVID-19 when it comes to conventional medicines. But if you see the therapeutic efficacy of conventional medication in COVID-19 and you compare it with the therapeutic efficacy of the conventional medication in the 100-year back influenza epidemic, the results have been quite similar. So generally, for example, if I go through the recent research paper which was published about 6 months back in which they reviewed the therapeutics of the COVID-19 of the conventional medicine. In spite of 100 years of advanced information on the understanding of the viruses as well as the inflammatory responses which they generate in the body, which are essential to understand the mortality and morbidity, as well as a wealth of antiviral remedies and the anti-inflammatory cytokine antibodies, which are prohibitively expensive, very difficult to afford by the common population. And what do they convey at the end of that? You introduced a remedy like remdesivir, which was later on withdrawn. Then you introduced something called plasma banks, which were also quite expensive, and later on you shut them down. You introduced a drug like rituximab and then ocrelizumab, and they worsened the clinical outcome in COVID-19 patients. And in spite of all of that, what you have is you're actually back to ground zero. As you read in this article, that effective treatment strategies that can be inexpensive and conveniently applied are still needed to tackle COVID-19, including those that can address drug resistance conferred by emerging variants, for which competent therapies could be explored.